Hello everyone, good morning. Chazak Baruch for a beautiful Yom Kippur. Thank you so much, Mr. Ochayon. Chazak Baruch. Chazak Baruch for making it to Shachrit this morning. Chazak Baruch. So continuing with the Halachot of Sukkot. Women are not obligated in the mitzvah of Sukkah. Of course, they could participate and there's reward when a person is not obligated and they still do the mitzvah. There's great reward, but officially they're not obligated. And therefore, if they have a bread meal, let's say on their own, they want to go in the sukkah and have a bread meal, it's beautiful, but they don't have to say the bracha of l'sheva sukkah. Our young boys, we should train them, even though they're below bar mitzvah, because just like we train them for all the mitzvot, so they're going to be obligated one day, so we train them to be in the sukkah, and to eat in the sukkah, to sleep in the sukkah, and to train them all the mitzvot of sukkah. In addition, there's a halacha, mitztaer patur min sukkah. If a person is suffering for whatever reason in the sukkah, because of the sukkah, then he's not obligated to be in the sukkah at that moment. So every year I say the same story, and I'm going to say it again. So I heard these halachot from the great Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. One day I prayed in his minyan, and after every day he would give halachot. The day that I was there, it was around Sukkot time, he was talking about the laws of halachot. He says, mitztaer patur min sukkah. He says, a sukkah is kamo cheder shebabayit shecha. A sukkah is like a room in your house. Dvarim mafrim lecha. There's certain things that bother you in that room. You go to a different room. So too, if there's a bad smell, if there's if the schach is falling down on you, and it's bothering you, or there's muzika shel Ashkenazim, or if there's Ashkenazi music, you go to the next room, right? So that was he was an amazing leader. He always knew how to throw in a joke over there to get the crowd smiling. But that's it. So obviously we want to try making it comfortable and making it pleasurable. But if for some reason there's bees or there's different things that causes you that if this was a room in my house I would leave, then technically you could if that's the situation. If God forbid someone is an avel. So there's no avelut, no shiva during Sukkot. If the shiva started before Sukkot, then it gets stopped at Sukkot. Or if God forbid someone passes during Chol Hamoed, we bury our dead during Chol Hamoed, but the shiva starts afterwards. So a person is never in shiva during Chol Hamoed. But let's say a person is during the 30 days, during the year, he still sits in the sukkah, even though sukkah is a happy time, etc. He's obligated in the mitzvot. He sits during that time. The only one would be if a person is an onen, where he anyways doesn't do any mitzvot because he is waiting for burial of his loved one, so he doesn't at that time. Last halacha is a little bit more applicable to Eretz Yisrael, but when it comes to Chol HaMoed, the reading of the Torah, so here in Chutz La'aretz we say the 2 days, Bayom HaRishon, Bayom HaSheni, Bayom HaSheni, Bayom HaShlishi. In Israel, where they don't have 2 days, so they just read the same thing, same aliyah. So every person that goes up, they read the same piece. So it's an interesting question. Let's say there's no Levi, there's a Kohen. So the Kohen goes up twice. So he's going up twice to the exact same reading, and he's saying the brachot, so that might look like a little bit odd. It's like you're saying Bor Priayetz, and then another Bor Priayetz, and same apple right after. But nevertheless, because that's the aliyot for the day, he's fulfilling the aliyot for the tzibur. So even though you're repeating the exact same thing, he goes up for 2 aliyot. So for here, it would be something a little bit an additional read for the second aliyah. Okay, that's that for today. B'ezrat Hashem next week, for the 2 days we have halachot before Sukkot, we'll talk about the Daled Minim, Halulav, Etrog, Hadas, and Arava. Minchat tonight, things are getting a little earlier, 6:25. Have a good day, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom. Tana D'Eliyahu.